Hey, what's up guys? Aaron here. So in this video, we have updates on Celsius and them basically pivoting to the orderly wind down or something very close to it. So I'm going to talk about what Celsius said on their Twitter, then take a look at what the UCC said. I'm going to go through the official announcement here and then look at the distributions for the orderly wind down and then give my estimate on what I think it'll look like for money back. So before I dive into those stories, really quick, we have the US Trustee objecting to all of the substantial contribution applications. So this is not the biggest news of the day, but it is pretty interesting. Basically, all of these ad hoc groups and individual pro se creditors, and also Simon Dixon and others asked the court to reimburse their legal fees and expenses. And the US Trustee breaks down every single one of these applications and is like, no. I object, or the US Trustee objects to all of them. He says the actions taken by all 11 applicants were in their own self-interest, and all of these 11 parties are asking for around $5 million to be paid back to them. Again, he said that each applicant acted solely in their self-interest, and any benefit that flowed to the estates was merely incidental. So they say that each application seeking admin priority status for expenses and professional fees in these cases must be denied, including the reimbursement of deodorant and breath mints. So before I dive into what they said here, I do want to note that a lot of people will actually be happy about this. People who don't want the NewCo, people who think it's just another way to scam money, people who want nothing to do with any type of new company. Those people will be happy about this announcement. So let me read it and then let you guys know what I think about everything. So it says here, Celsius to transition to mining-only NewCo. This will project lower management fees and increased liquid crypto distributions, and they're still looking to distribute crypto January of next year. So Celsius is transitioning to have a publicly traded Bitcoin mining company that will be owned by the Celsius customers. This is called the mining NewCo. So no longer will this Fahrenheit NewCo be a thing. So here again, the debtors expect that the fees will be less for this mining NewCo than it would have been for Fahrenheit, and that the amount of liquid crypto to be available for distribution will be greater than with the NewCo plan. So if you take a look here, which I've covered in previous videos, the overall percentage for recovery under the orderly wind down is less than 67%. So most likely the overall percentage we get back will be less, but we will get more crypto upfront. And taking a look at Claims Market, where you can actually still sell your claim, I believe right now. They just sent this email. So this is from 7 hours ago. It's 38 to 41% for a smaller claim. And at the end of last month, October 31st, it was 34 to 38%. So it looks like Claims Market is willing to buy claims for about 4% higher, which is interesting because, again, I believe the overall percentage we get back is going to be less. But Claims Market, from my understanding, and I'm not speaking on their behalf, they are valuing and they are willing to buy claims higher because there is going to be a higher upfront liquid crypto distribution. Whereas with the Fahrenheit NewCo plan, a lot of that value was going to be in the NewCo equity, which some people were like, well, it may tank when it goes live. We didn't really know, and we don't really know exactly what that would have done. If you do want to contact Claims Market to sell your claim or just have a question, I will include their information below for you guys. So back to the story, it says in the coming weeks, the debtors, meaning Celsius, intend to file a motion with the bankruptcy court to approve modifications to the plan to reflect the new mining NewCo transaction. The debtors do not believe that these modifications will require resolicitation of the plan. So that means we don't need to go through the whole voting process again, which would be really, really good if we did not need to do that, because that would just extend this by another month or two. The debtors still anticipate that distributions to creditors will commence in January of 2024. So I'm going to go through how much crypto Celsius has right now in their estate. This is from October 20th. And the major difference is that in this new company that was announced today, they will no longer be holding our Ethereum, our ETH hostage, where we have, as of October 20th, $1.4 billion worth of ETH. Most of it right here under staking. So the NewCo with Fahrenheit was going to keep our Ethereum staked, and the profits from staking was going to fund the mining operation. Now it's going to be very different. So I'm going to cover that in just a moment, and then I'll go through again how much I think people will be getting back. But first, I want to mention that there are still a lot of phishing emails being sent to you guys. So be very, very vigilant on every single email you get, especially as we get closer and closer to distributions. People are going to be more susceptible to being fooled and thinking that an email is legit. You want to be extra vigilant and expect that every email you get saying they're from Celsius is a scam. And speaking of scams and keeping yourself protected, I do just want to talk about the sponsor of this video, which is Aura. Now, I pay for Aura every single month out of my own pocket. This is something that I find a lot of value in. So these guys protect your online identity, financial fraud, identity theft, parental controls if you have kids. So right when I load my app up, it says I have some critical alerts, like something was added to my credit report, as you can see right here. So a couple days ago, they completed a request to get my information off of a website called LexisNexis, which I've never heard of, but that's good. They also will track your credit. You can see mine here, not great, but I am working to get this up. So they are offering you guys a 2-week free trial if you'd like to check it out and see if you like it. The website is aura.com/Aaron Bennett, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. So heading back to the computer here, on October 20th, we can see that the majority of coins Celsius had was going to be Bitcoin and Ethereum. So sorry, it's a little bit small, but we had around $1.4 billion of Ethereum and $1.1 billion of Bitcoin. And for our ETH, $1.3 billion is being staked. So why is this important? Well, let me read what the UCC had to say, and I'll tie it all back together. They said that after the bankruptcy court entered the confirmation order, which happened a few weeks ago, we, meaning the UCC, learned that the debtors were informed by the SEC that it would not grant the requested pre-clearance to transfer the illiquid assets or Ethereum to the proposed new company. So there will not be ETH staking in this NewCo, and that's going to really affect the value of this equity that we get. But the benefit of that, and I think a lot of people are happy about it, is that we, the creditors, are going to get that Ethereum back. That is almost half of the estate as of October 20th. Now, the prices have gone up since October 20th, but still, that's $1.3 billion that was in staking, and I believe they are going to have to unstake that ETH and then distribute that ETH to us. Because right here again, the UCC said today that the SEC cannot grant the requested clearance to transfer the ETH to the new company. They also said they can't transfer the illiquid assets to the new company either. Now, under the proposed orderly wind down, you can see here that the illiquid assets are around 7.2% or so. So that'll also contribute to a higher distribution where we get that money rather than having those illiquid assets be transferred to the NewCo, which the SEC said that can't happen. The UCC goes on to say, we understand that the SEC said no further approval is needed to include the proposed audited financial statements in a Form 10 for a mining-only company. So a mining-only company is what's going to happen now. We are disappointed with the SEC's decision. However, the plan provides for the ability to pivot if necessary. We anticipate moving forward quickly and understand the debtors are preparing to file a motion with the court shortly after the Thanksgiving holiday. The debtors again remain on track to commence distributions in January 2024. So how much crypto I think we are going to get back is probably in the low 50, maybe mid 50% range. So remember that depending on the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum at the effective date, which I believe is still applicable even in the orderly wind down, that is going to be how they are going to determine what percent of your claim you will be getting back in crypto. So these prices were when Bitcoin was around $29,000. Right now, Bitcoin is around $36,000 or so. So it says 44% here. I would estimate it being low 50% right now. And the claims market is buying claims again at around 38, 39%. So they assume, or through their analysis, they think that they are going to get a higher percent back than what they're buying it for, which is like 38 or 39%. The mining equity that will be owned by creditors, I don't really see it being that valuable, to be honest, especially going into the halving cycle where our current machines, which are pretty outdated, are going to mine half as much Bitcoin than they mine now. Unless the price of Bitcoin rips up and does a 2x or 3x, the equity in this mining really, I don't think, will be worth much. Them saying 10%, I think, is pretty high. And selling illiquid assets, 7%, maybe that's accurate. I'm not quite sure. So overall, again, if I had to guess, right now we'd be getting maybe 52 to 53% back. I could be wrong in that, but again, this 44% number was when Bitcoin was, I believe, $28,000 or $29,000. So heading back here to how many coins that Celsius has, since this NewCo, or since this updated NewCo that was launched today, it will require less crypto to be sold for fiat dollars. So one of the things with the old NewCo with Fahrenheit was that we were funding Fahrenheit with $450 million. So that means if the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum dropped significantly, we'd have to sell a larger amount or a higher amount of coins to hit $450 million. The fees that we're going to have to spend for this new company that was launched today, or this creditor-owned mining company, will be less than $450 million. So that's a good thing in the fact that we, the creditors, will be getting back a higher percentage of our crypto. It also could mean that the price of crypto has less effect on how many coins we get back. So if Bitcoin goes up to $50,000, we're still going to get back approximately the same amount of coins as if Bitcoin stays where it is right now in price. If that was a little over your head, I apologize. This is just me thinking on the fly. Nonetheless, creditors will be getting back more crypto up front with this plan than with the Fahrenheit plan. And David Adler, the lawyer who has been representing the ad hoc committee for borrowers, or those that had a loan, said today thousands of hours and millions of dollars were wasted in formulating the plan and disclosure statement, followed by a 7-day trial in October, all so that the SEC can just say, no, it's not going to happen following the confirmation. So what he's referring to is the fact right here in this announcement, following the confirmation, Celsius received feedback from the SEC on certain aspects of the plan that they don't want to see happen. So what David Adler is saying is that we spent millions of dollars in something that could have been avoided. But again, what's done is done. And this is going to, again, bring more money, upfront money, into people's hands, which, again, a lot of people are happy about. Now, personally, I would have been happy with getting the NewCo stock and equity. I think that could have been something very cool, especially if we got that leading up to a massive rise in the price of Bitcoin. But what's done is done, and hopefully this will still end November or December, probably December because of Thanksgiving. And then if Celsius can do what they say, which at this point, I'm really not quite sure, they want to commence distributions in January. So guys, that is it for the video. I will keep you guys updated every step of the way, like I have, and I will continue to do until everybody gets their crypto and we get some equity in mining, or whatever the heck happens. So I am hoping that people get distributions in January. Claims Market is offering more money now than they were a week ago or 3 days ago before this announcement started, because a higher initial distribution will be coming to creditors. So now, technically, would be the best time if you wanted to sell your claim. Not suggesting you do so, but a lot of people have, and they then have that liquidity in 1 to 3 days in their bank account if they want to then buy Bitcoin with it, buy Ethereum with it, do whatever they want with it. So I'll include the link to Claims Market below, and also Aura below for you guys as well, where they are giving you 14 days for free to try it out. A lot of you guys have signed up with Aura using my link, and I really, really, really appreciate it. If you do so, let me know, and I will personally thank you. I really appreciate that. So guys, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Till next time, talk with you soon, and bye for now.